I have this image of a whiteboard with all of these different things written and different arrows going in different directions. And I just want to erase it. And I want to go, I am the whiteboard.
Welcome to the Soul Game. I'm your host, Shannon McLaren, the Mystic Agent. Through the ancient art of storytelling, our soul council of sensory experts,
Adrian,
Shannon,
50, Amanda,
Ruby, will have 15 minutes to embody different aspects of the seeker's healing request.
And I kind of find myself in a rut right now. I feel like I have all this potential and I just can't hone in on a single thing to move forward. And I feel like I'm kind of static and stuck in this kind of state of limbo.
And bring about a new SOULution. Let's get into it. The Soul Game.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I was born and raised there. My parents are from Nicaragua. I moved from Miami, Florida to New York City. I lived out there for 3 years, and then I moved to Los Angeles, where I currently live. I've probably have gone through 3 or 4 careers. You can call me like a jack of all trades and a master of none, unfortunately, because I think I'm that type of personality that just likes learning things, but doesn't master it, right? Which is amazing because you get to learn a lot of things along your path, your journey, my path, my journey. But of course, you don't become a master of anything. The last career I pursued was acting. I studied and trained in it in New York City before moving out here to Los Angeles. And I was super hyped about it, but then kind of got disheartened after 3 years. And I'm in a position where I'm kind of a little lost, thinking, what do I want next? And who am I and what do I love and what inspires me and do I want to be in a relationship and do I love myself enough to be in a relationship? So all of these kind of self-discovery questions are circling me while I just navigate through what's my next thing. I want to say I'm a person that I love freedom and I love exploring. I'm very curious by nature, and my mom would say that I'm rebellious in the sense of, folks will tell me to, give me advice, don't do this, go here, do that. And I'm the person that will go the opposite way just to make sure that advice is sound and I can depend on that. And at the same time, while I'm very independent and courageous, I want the same for everyone. And even when loved ones kind of lean on me, I kind of get repulsed when it becomes too needy because I want them to be their own help and stuff. So it's a strange dichotomy. And with that also comes my love for humanitarian and social causes. And I think that's super important to me, especially now in my 30s that I'm learning, more about myself and what I want to do. I don't want to just be rich. I want to give back to my community. And I think that's what I'm finding is super important nowadays. And that's it. That's me in a nutshell.
Great.
And okay, Jennifer.
Oh,
Jennifer. Love it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So now that we've all kind of introduced ourselves, I want to ask you, Jennifer, what is your healing request? What are you looking to work through today?
Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being patient. My healing request. So I think that right now I'm in the state of self-discovery. And I think what I've come to is kind of a blockage of, I very much feel like every individual is capable of doing and achieving whatever they want. And I kind of find myself in a rut right now where I feel like I have all this potential, our parents would tell us when we were kids, and I just can't hone in on a single thing to move forward. And I feel like I'm kind of static and stuck in this kind of state of limbo. And I just want to sprint to happiness. I want to sprint to a fulfilling life. I want to sprint to my purpose in life. And I just don't know what that is. Don't know what to do next. Don't know where to go, how to find myself, what I can contribute, how I can contribute.
Okay. So there's some discovery you're in the space of discovery, and yet you're kind of troubled with this kind of blockage. you don't really know what you want to do, how to get there. You know that there's potential there, and you just feel kind of stuck in limbo and not entirely sure where the purpose is, how to get to it. Does that sound about right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Mm. So, Dipti, can you tune into Limbo?
Limbo. Yeah. It was like this. It's going all over. Limbo.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm getting pulled in many different directions. Almost, yeah. Like, should I go this way? Not sure. A lot of potential, a lot of strong threads from all sides of me, almost.
Is anyone here feeling stuck? Ruby?
Yeah. Like right before you said that, I was just tuning in to how I was feeling, and I started feeling like I want the inspiration. Like I miss inspiration. Like I miss that moment of feeling bright and alive and awake and in my body and my soul, like feeling tuned in. And I feel like it's so far away and I miss it. And I can't even remember what it's like. And it's so bright and I can dream of it, but it's like I'm so lost. I feel like I'm walking in mud. I want that inspiration. I want the bright, the embodied, the energy.
Ruby, can you do something for me? Will you call out to inspiration and ask it to come to you?
Mm-hmm.
Just say it out loud.
Inspiration, will you come to me? Offer me guidance.
Where are you?
I'm at the ocean and my posture has changed. That's like the most I can feel, is that my posture's changed from being slumped and kind of just mopey and inward to open. My shoulders are open and I'm looking to receive instead of just being sad that I don't have what I need. I'm looking to receive, and as I just open up, I feel all the options, all the opportunity. I see the sky and I hear the water and I see this beautiful purple light, and I just feel like I will get what I need if I just open up to it.
And Limbo? Dipti? How is this?
I feel like when she said open, I feel like I kept getting pulled more on my right side. I was doing this motion, so right side is really activating. I'm not sure if this is relating or if you have something that's more action driven. It feels like that's becoming more stronger or pulling me more on that side to really hone in something with activity or action driven, something fiery.
Ruby, one more time with a little bit of fire, call out to inspiration. Like that's somebody's name.
Inspiration, come to me.
Yeah. And Shannon, Amanda, any of you get activated when you hear this? Does anything come up for any of y'all when you, Shannon?
I want
Something?
more.
Yeah.
I want more. Give me more. I mean, I loved it when Ruby was like extending out and her chest was open and she was like open, so open. And for me, that just felt like no agenda and just like open, neutral, no agenda. And when I call out to inspiration, I'm like, bring it! And then I'm just gonna wait. I'm here. Oh. Bring it!
So Shannon, if you could stay with this drive, this part that wants more,
Yeah.
this part that's like really, that's bringing it. Just hold that for a moment and tell me what happens in your body.
Well, it's like, I want more. And I'm like, bring it. But then I feel like drained. And I'm feeling that on the right side. And if I tune in with that, I would want to tell a story of like I've been trying. And I just feel kind of maybe tried out. Like I'm not being met. I do these things, but then nothing's coming back and meeting me with the same veracity and passion to which I'm giving.
And Jennifer, how is it having heard this so far?
It's as if like similar to like, you know, like, don't worry, everything will come in its time. It just feels like that's what it seems like. There's nothing I can do. It just sounds like, Jen, just wait. And it feels like I have been waiting, but I feel like if lack of, like, if you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail, is how I feel. So if I don't have a sense of direction, I'm bound to lose, which sounds so daunting. And I don't want to say that, but it just seems like I'll just waste time not leveraging the brain that I have, you know, the wants that I want for my community. So waiting just kind of feels like defeat.
There's something that is coming up, this piece around the wanting and what that's causing, like the experience of wanting and not getting. And then like there's this also thing that you mentioned around feeling defeat. If you're not wanting, that there's this sense of defeat that is present. Does that sound about right? Like you need to be, it feels right to be wanting and to be striving, because if you're not, it feels defeating. Does that kind of encapsulate what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe. I'd not thought about it that way, but maybe not wanting feels like defeat.
Amanda, can you tune in? Well, is there anything that you want to say first before I actually before I bring in another part?
Me?
Yeah.
Anything that I want to say? I go ahead and bring in the part.
So if you could tune into the unknown and to some extent tune into the part that is not active non-doing. Kind of like the part that is the action is like pausing for a second. The unknown, the impasse, the impasse. It's like, you know what I mean when I say the impasse? Like the gate that doesn't allow you to go forward a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, the unknown at the gate or the impasse.
Okay. Okay. So you want me to be actively non-doing and tuning into the impasse.
The unknown. Yeah.
The unknown at the impasse.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Hey, good luck.
Okay.
We're ready for you.
So,
All right.
and just hold that. There might not actually be any words, right? Because you're really actually asked to being,
Actively non-doing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I can't not speak to that, although, because I actually just, maybe the invitation to be actively non-doing, it invigorates me a little bit. Like I feel then sort of like, what's the term, like horses out of the gate, right? There's that feeling. And I could say, maybe that's a little, maybe I could say the word impatience, but if I'm just going to be observing it, and being with it, and just holding space for it, that actually feels powerful. So I think the idea that there's somewhere I need to get to, or something I have to do, or something I need to become, I feel like there's a lot of energy that's being held back. And when I just sit with it, and I'm with myself and all of my potential, and I'm with that impasse, that gate, that unknown, I feel like I don't need to be anywhere else but in this moment, in this present moment here with that. It feels very powerful. Because I'm just here where I am. And this is it. This is that rite of passage. This is that moment. This is where I am. I'm not here and I'm not there, and I'm just with that potential and the unknown.
So there is a deep power here. There's a deep potential here. And this is where we are. And it seems special to hold that and to recognize that and to acknowledge that this is. Jennifer, how is it having heard that?
I think it's just a reiteration of what we heard, right? Kind of like in that first scene where Ruby described like arms wide open, being in the moment, like receiving and yeah, just waiting, which sucks. Yeah, patience is a virtue, you guys, and it's one that I'm trying to work on and having.
And Shannon?
Impatiently asking to participate. You know, when I completed my share, I felt very pushed back. I felt like I needed more space. But then when this present moment came in and tuning in with the potency of all that I am, like being with these things that I do, that I am, even if I'm just doing them, playing alone with them, I'm doing them, I'm being with them, I am present. That drew my energy forward. And I literally came back in to the game. And my frustration of wanting it now, pushed me back out of the game. I needed more space, yes, but it also took me back and out.
Mm. Ruby, in closing, is there an action or something that you would say to help, to not to help, that would really express or honor, or in a microcosmic level, really kind of communicate to the universe this openness? Something that says, this openness is here, and I am ready to receive.
I've been seeing an image. Image has been coming up for me for a little while that resonates with that as well, telling the universe I'm ready to receive. And that feels like being really ready to receive myself in my own process. And what I've been picturing is going inside my own body and holding my own heart like a baby in my arms, letting it be this fragile thing that I want to let this in. I want to let my own process into my life so that the universe can receive me. I can't just be external, I need to be internal and be with myself, and then the universe I will connect, I will grow that.
Thank you, Ruby. There's something significant in this internality. There's something important here in this space. And Jennifer, I think it's tough to acknowledge that when you're in the state of frustration, to recognize what may be happening. Dipti, is there anything that you would do to acknowledge the activation and the limbo and all that's going on for you?
So with the limbo, back to when it was getting pulled to the right side, and when Jennifer mentioned the wanting, that felt like a contracting type feeling. And I felt like if it was replaced with being active is a different side of the coin rather than just wanting. And with all that potential, I think it's so empowering, and you are your inspiration where you can be active and continue doing with all the gifts that you have. And kind of just let that wanting word drift away and continue with the action. That's what's kind of just coming up here.
Mm. And Shannon?
I kind of want to just say, if you need to, tantrum away.
Is there a little tantrum you want to share with us, Shannon?
I want to know! I just made that up.
Okay.
And Amanda, we've had some acknowledgement of what is and the internality, the internalness of it, some awareness of that which we need to do in light of the situation. There's the acknowledgement of this tantrum-like energy. And how is it for you where you're at with these?
Well, to be honest, what feels really powerful to me is I have this image of like a whiteboard with all of these different things written and different arrows going in different directions, and I just want to erase it. I just want to erase the whiteboard, and I want to go, I am the whiteboard. I am the whiteboard, and I want to be really present. I really feel it feels really powerful to just be super present with myself and to say, what do I want to draw on here next? You know, I get to have the marker. But I want, before I do anything else, before I put anything on there, I really, really feel powerful when I just sit, when I erase that shit and just sit with a full on whiteboard, and I honor the potential, and I honor the nothing, and I honor all of these parts. And that feels really like it would require coming out of the head and the story and the past and the things, and to just really truly be. So I want to honor that for you on your path. I want to honor that place of being where you are. It's really powerful.
Thank you.
Jennifer, this brings our session to completion.
Okay.
Is there anything that you need for completion or closure, or anything that you want to share in light of having these different things kind of reflected to you? The wanting, what's happening internally, the space,
I think this last bit really, I can't even speak. I'm just like stuck here. It really resonated with me, and I think what's scary is just to hear from someone else like, yeah, there is all this potential and there is all this strength, and it kind of puts me in a place like, oh my gosh, if other people can see it too, then that means like I really need to start getting into work, you know, like it just feels like pressure. And I think that this whole like honoring that and honoring who you are and all that stuff, it's like, well, is that what the missing piece is? Is that, am I not honoring myself or like what I have to offer? And is that the blockage? You know?
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you all. Yeah. I'm so sorry about the beginning. Again, I can't tell you how mortified I am.
No, it's perfect. Okay. No, it's perfect. And the process is, things are moving. All of these parts are moving. This whole thing is moving. So it's good. And I'm going to invite you, Jennifer, to invite your energy. Call in the things that you're looking for. Just call that in and just internally acknowledge that you see it, right? And you're seeing us seeing it. So just acknowledge that is. And all of the other participants, also call your energy into your spine. Allow yourselves to receive yourselves, honor yourselves, be witness. And for everyone else out there that's watching, you too can be an agent of action for your soul by witnessing your own energy systems as well and noticing all the movements that's occurring. Thank you so much. And thank you for playing the soul game. Yes, you're welcome.
It's good to see you since the session. And now we were supposed to get together, and I reached out to you, and you were not feeling well.
That's correct. Yeah.
So how did that come on after the session? How does that Does it really?
I have to admit, I have to admit that a part of it. So what ends up happening was that day, not only was I queasy from, I think it's something that I had either ate or drank the day before, but I also ended up the next morning waking up with just tension all on my neck and my shoulder. And I know for certain that it had to do with the stress that came on from just kind of discussing things that make people uncomfortable, right? So I just felt like tension and stress in my body from that. I know that for sure that was in part, while the other part was just more like internal queasiness.
So you felt that tension in your body, and I understand you did rest that day.
Yeah. And the next day as well. Yeah. Both days. Yeah. It had me out for 2 days.
So it had you down for 2 days. And so now, after you've processed through some more energy,
yeah,
how are you feeling in your body now?
Okay. So now I also went to like therapy to like get some of the kinks out, but not just outwardly like this is feeling better, because it is, but also internally, like I've done a lot of thinking and reflecting. And even earlier today, I was out at a park just journaling and thinking to myself, like, I want to put my focus on moving forward, moving towards the like uncomfortableness, and like stop with all the distractions that have been distractions for me. So yeah, that's how it's happening.
I love it. And even when you say that, frankly, if I could reflect, you're really radiant.
Oh, yeah, because I really am looking forward to like change and like really like just opening up. One of the things that was in my, my soul game was just to be more open to like what is coming my way. And I feel like that, even though it's stillness, and stillness for me can be uncomfortable because I always want to be moving, it's exciting. It's exhilarating to know that something good is going to come if you just lie in the wait,
I have chills. I have chills. Yeah. Yeah. Jennifer, what did you learn about yourself during the soul session?
I think, okay, so in the beginning, I think that we're kind of closed off to something that doesn't match what we want to hear. And I realized that once you kind of just take in what someone is, everyone's spending time with you, and once you take in what folks are saying, and it's kind of a reflection of what you feel inside, it really cut deep with me at that point where I was hearing something and I was being more perceptive and more open to it. And I remember even during the soul game, I got teary because it was something that I felt like, at least in my own way, I felt like I already knew. I just needed to hear it in a different way for it to be like reaffirmed in my life that, yeah, you just need to take a moment, relax, let it come. Don't be like so anxious all the time, because that's only going to cause more stress. Like what we saw was happening if you just keep holding on tight to these things. And I think that that's really what helped. And I don't know if you just said it, like you look different today. Like you look calm, you look like, and it is, I feel that way,
Wonderful. Wonderful. But how is it to walk into a space with a bunch of strangers and like, oh, let me show you all my insides?
Yeah. I think there's for sure just lag of the connection and stuff. But even if not, even if it was in person, I think from this point of view, from the person sitting in and like not knowing all those folks, you kind of feel like, in a way, yeah, show me what you got. Really? You think you know me? You think you know my energy? And you kind of get defensive about it until something starts resonating. And then you realize like, oh shit, like, wait, we are actually here to really discuss a problem, to really discuss an issue. And until that moment happens, I can see how some people can be defensive, but once they hit a nerve, you start opening up, you start feeling the emotions that you would feel if you're talking to someone as close as a friend.
Do you remember what that thing was that hit the nerve?
Yeah. It had to do something with like, in order for the whiteboard to have all the things that you want in your life, you need to understand that you're the whiteboard, something of that notion.
Yes.
And before even coming in, I've always organized my own life, and like in my mind's eye, the way that I see happiness, the way that I organize things that I need to do, the way that I organize like my goals, instead of having like a dream board or a wish board or I've always done a whiteboard in my own mind. And so for her to say that in particular for me was like, oh wow, that's the me. That's me. She's seeing me right now, which was really, really something else.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, visit themysticagent.com for more information on how you can be our next seeker in the soul game.